Previously on Fun with RegEx with testRigor. I'm Paul Grossman, the Dark Arts Wizard, and I'm about to tell you about these cool tools up here. We're going to take a quick break here to show you what are the tools of trade. If this is confusing you, because we are going a little fast, check out these two tools. regexpal.com, not www, that won't take you anywhere. regexpal.com, and this is where we could have regular expressions where you put in your test string. Like testRigor automates using plain English, and we want to match just the word testRigor. This regular expression would do it. We have test with a lowercase or uppercase r. We have is super cool as a question mark inside these parentheses. It may or may not be there. And rigor, that whole one, even though it looks a little strange, but it might start to make a little bit more sense to you now, would only match, would match the word testRigor inside that string. All right, let's move on. What if the string we're trying to reach contains the regex meta characters like calculator, beta version in parentheses, or see more customers question mark? All right, so the way we handle those is with escape characters. So this is escape characters where the little girl comes down the slide and there's a backslash over here. It's going to just knock that blue right out of that character and make it a literal character. So here's an example. Regex calculator with a beta around the parentheses. That's going to match calculator beta, but it won't match the actual literal string calculator with beta in the parentheses. So this is the way we do it. We put a backslash in front of the parentheses here, and now this with the backslashes on those parentheses is going to match our calculator over here. All right, now here comes our challenge. It's a little bit different from the last ones. All right, this time instead of telling, I'm going to tell you what it matches. You got to tell me what the regex is that you got to write to match Saint Cloud, ST period, space cloud, and not match STU cloud. Hit that space bar. Think about it. All right, here comes the answer. The regular expression that would match that would be st /dot/cloud. And see, the dot over here is actually a black dot, and that means it is a literal period. So it'll literally match that period in Saint Cloud. Let's move on to classes and sets. Classes are choosing one of multiple items, and sets are when you're hanging out with multiple people. All three of them have to be in there or it's not a match. So character classes, this in square brackets means I'm looking for one of just a few, and character groups means we're looking for all those characters, and you can also add those other ones like the question mark and the plus after this, which makes it, hey, possibly followed by, because it may or may not be there, or with this pipe in the middle that says either the left guys or the right guys. All right, character classes, you match one of the group. And think about this like a doctor's office, right? If your doctor is golfing, there's other doctors who you can choose, right? That's the way we think about it. This is a doctor's office. These are all the doctors. I could have E, I could have O. I don't need two doctors talking to me. I just need one of them. Either one will do. So here is our example. P-O-E-T. It's a literal P, it's black, and it's followed by E or O, okay? Not both, and followed by a literal T. So what will this regex match? Think about it, hit that space bar. All right, so what will this match? P-O-E-T and P-E-T. It's going to match pet or pot. You were thinking it was going to match a poet? No way. It's not going to match a poet, and it wouldn't match anything like put, because the U isn't inside there, and the P is lowercase. All right, next, regular expressions with preceding characters, set 0. We kind of saw this before. The question mark says, hey, may or may not be there, but in this case, it's with the parentheses. So this regex is saying, well, maybe and possibly followed by the word not. All right, so again, hit that space bar. I want to know, what will this match and what won't it match? All right, here's your answer. Matches, it would be maybe and maybe not. Well, that's pretty easy. The not may or may not be there with that space in there. What it won't match, maybe with a lowercase m and maybe not with an uppercase n. All right, next we're moving on to the or, the shifted backslash, which is, this is a pipe symbol, and this will give us a choice. So in this case, we have a similar regex, and now it's a capital P with OE on one side, UN on the other, and a T. And this literally translates to a literal P, followed by one or the other, and then a literal T. What is this going to match? Hit that space bar now. Okay, here's what it's going to match. it's going to match poet and the word punt. P-O-E-T, P-U-N-T, poet and punt matches that. But you know it's not going to match? It's not going to match put or po or pun or poet with a lowercase p or punt with a lowercase p. So here's our next challenge. Match poet, punt, or punt with an uppercase letter and a lowercase p, uppercase and lowercase p. Think about it. Hit that space bar before I give you the answer. All right, here it comes. You would write like this. You would just use that uppercase and lowercase p inside the same parentheses with a pipe in the middle saying, hey, this or that will match. Oh, by the way, you could also write it this way. You could have a bracket in there that's saying either uppercase or lowercase p. Exact same way. All right, let's move on. When is a space not a space? Well, when you have shorthand characters. So this is a \s. It's a white space. It means I'm looking for white space. And by the way, that doesn't necessarily mean just the space. It also means a form feed, a new line, a return, and tabs. And take a look. You've got like the \f for a form feed, new line, return, and tab, and vertical tab. Nobody uses those anymore. But okay, it's still supported. All right, so here is our regex. Saint \s cloud will match Saint Cloud. All right, another one we have there as shortcut is /d, which are digits. /d is exactly the same as this regex in a bracket where we would match any number from 0 to 9. By the way, there's a dash in there. Dash is also a regular expression you have to keep an eye out for. So here's our challenge. What regex matches 0 through 99? We're looking for any number from 0 to 99. But I don't want to match 100 and I don't want to match 101. That spacebar time is coming up now. Hit it and I'll be back with the answer. All right, here we go. The answer is /d, and a question mark, which means I'm looking for any number followed by another number, but maybe or not. So this would match 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 without a number or with 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. But you won't get 100 or 101 because they are not 3 digits in that regular expression. Next, we're moving on to word characters. This is a little bit more complex. A word character matches only uppercase and lowercase letters, the word numbers 0 through 9, as well as an underscore. This is the equivalent of this. It's just a shorthand. So here's our super challenge. Get ready. Hit that spacebar because this one is tricky. What will C:\temp match? What's that regex? All right, coming back at you. The answer is it matches C and a tab, EMP. Why is there a tab in this? I thought this was all okay. It's a / with a T. T up here is a tab. So this actually translates to a tab. What it would match is just a C, a tab, and an EMP, but it would not match a directory of temp underneath our C of root of C. Now here's our next challenge. Hit the spacebar and think about it. What would we have to change this to in order to match that directory listing of C temp folder? All right, here's the answer. You'd want to have 2 backslashes. Why is that? Because we are going to change our / character, which is a regular expression, to a literal /, and now that is going to match the path. Let's move on. Our next challenge is validating a social security number. Hit your spacebar and see if you can write out a regular expression that will match this pattern here. All right, this is the answer. A bunch of \Ds. Well, that was easy enough with the dashes in the middle. In this case, the dashes will actually work without being backslashed. Okay, super challenge. Social security number with or without those dashes. Spacebar time. All right, the answer to this one is, well, we're going to have a question mark that says, hey, I want to either see a dash or not a dash after each one of these. So this will match both a social security number with or without dashes in them. Next, let's say I want to match a notepad window that has any text in dash notepad. That's a string to match. What's our regex? Hit the spacebar, think about it. All right, here's the answer. One answer we could do with our regex is this, a .*, which means any title. All right, followed by a literal period. There's our literal period, followed by txt. All right, there. And then a \s, which is a space. Yeah, there's a space in there, followed by a dot. A dot. Actually, in this case, we're actually matching any character in there, so we're going to match that dash in there. And then another space, and then notepad with a capital N. That's going to match. You could also do it this way with the dash in there and a literal dash. And you could also do it this way. So there's a lot of different ways that a regex can be written. So if you came up with any one of these 3 different ways of doing it, don't worry, you got it right. All right, fun with regex pattern matching. Well, you know what? If you notice in the title, fun, question mark. What is that? Like, are we having fun or not? Maybe we are. All right, here's our major challenge over here. We need to write a pattern that's going to match this. Write 1 or more digits, followed by 1 decimal point and 1 digit. So we're looking for match 1 or more digits, like this 58, followed by a decimal point, followed by 1 or more digits. So we want to match this, we want to match this, we want to match this. Okay, hit that space bar, jot down what you think is the regex that's going to match that requirement. All right, here's your answer. It's coming up. It's \D for a digit multiple times, 1 or more, with a plus, followed by a literal period, followed by another digit multiple times. And that's going to match. There are a few more tools of the trade I wanted to recommend to you guys. Regular expressions.info, which gives you a whole lot of information. And right there on their front page, they'll even show you a really good way on how you can identify regular expressions. Check it out. Highly recommended. Regular-expressions.info. All right, this is basically the end of the session. I hope you had a lot of fun. And remember, you can use testRigor, and now you actually know how to use some basic regular expressions in order to make it a really good tool. Do check out. It can keep a test maintenance to a bare minimum. It can catch more issues, and it's a whole lot easier to write than a whole bunch of code in Python or Java or whatever your language preference happens to be. Hey, I'm Paul Grossman, the Dark Arts Wizard. Thank you so much for watching. Check out these videos over here, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks. Have yourself a great day.